Alright, as the title suggests, we're going to look at for loops, and we're going to introduce this with an example and then explain exactly what you need to do in general to make a for loop. So we started with for, then we open our brackets, and inside these brackets are the conditions for which we want R to perform the rest of the code for. So I'm going to say x in, and then I'm going to define a vector. So we define this with C, we open the brackets, and I'm going to pick some values. Okay, and now I'll close the brackets for my vector C, and then I've got to add another bracket to close the for loop. You see, you've got to make sure we've got two open brackets here, so we need two. And then we're going to open up some of these wiggly brackets, and inside these is going to be the code that we want R to perform for this condition here. Okay, so what we put in here, R is going to perform for 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 10, and that's for values of x, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. So you can call this whatever you want. Make sure whatever you call this here, you put in the expression that you want to calculate. So I want R to print the value of sine x. Okay, so that's what I want it to do for. So I want R to print sine 1, sine 3, sine 6, sine 7, sine 8, and sine 10. And of course I could just do this by typing in sine 1, sine 3, sine 4, sine 7, sine 8, sine 10, and getting the values one by one. But say I wanted to calculate some vector of length 100, and I wanted to calculate sine x, all those. This is clearly much quicker. Right, so we press enter, and there we go. R computes all these values for us. So that's how we can use the for loop. Obviously you can use it for much more complicated expressions. You can even nest the loops in, and we'll see stuff like that in the future to do more complex operations. But hopefully you can see where this comes from. We'll maybe just do one more example. So this time for x in, and we'll define our vector slightly differently. Define like this. So this is going to go up in steps of 1 from 1 to 25. So for x in that range, I want R to print the square root of x, and you can see it does that here. So there you go. Hopefully these two examples have illustrated how to use a for loop in R. And also we'll just make one comment on when for loops are useful. It's when you know which values you want to perform the operation on before you perform the operation. You're not looking for some breaking point or doing some sort of iteration until you reach a certain value. You know that from 1 to 25 you want to find all those square roots. Okay, so that's when it's useful. Yeah, in the next video we'll look at while loops, and if you didn't see the last video on repeat loops, then be sure to check that out. Yeah, any questions on this, let me know down in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, please support me by liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one.